1, 2.
The day has finally come to test out the Hayabusa.
No way. That was the fastest thing I've ever seen.
It just sounds so fast.
It's time to improve and or repair the front end here. The only part that needs repair is the spindle here that we bent because it's not rated for this much weight. So I'm gonna pick up a new one of those and reinforce it. This is a CRF 450 chassis because, you know, we steal engines from everything. This would add a whole lot more travel, which would be nice. And it'd get the front end up out of the snow a little bit, which would make it much easier to ride in deeper snow. Step one here is just kind of do some exploratory disassembly and see which parts are going to be the easiest to interchange. Not that it particularly matters whether these threads are the same size, but it might be a good indicator that other parts are. And they are the same. Springy, 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 springy. Wow, yeah, those feel pretty stiff. Cool. Wow. What are the odds, really, that the steering stem is the same size between these? You think it's gonna be a little taller?
Just a little bit.
But these, as I would have expected, are much stiffer. I mean, what that means is we can get a little bit of sag in it, so it'll, you know, it'll sit at a ride height that's like, you know, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, the ancient people traveled across nations on jigsers.
Well, what the heck do you know?
That's pretty crazy, actually.
Turns out you can just slap CRF 450 forks onto the front of a Hayabusa and they just kind of fit. Oh yes, in the spring we can make we can put a longer shock in the back. You know, make it taller
And Will is not allowed to ride it.
Yeah, no.
Can you imagine how silly it would look with this
It would look
little
so
front tire?
funny.
Oh, that is. Oh,
That's hideous.
I don't like that.
That is
Let's
hideous.
make that never
Take
happen
that
again.
away.
This does not fit here. I can slap this triple clamp on here. And then it says Honda. Probably not gonna run after that. It's gonna be very resentful. And then I can put all sorts of different bars on there. Whatever bars we have. It doesn't have all that much steering angle because these forks are narrower, so they kind of run into it sooner, but mostly you're turning by leaning anyway, so it's not a big issue. But this should make for a much more comfortable riding position, that's for sure. Unsecuritying the security bits. I managed to get everything to reach where it needs to be here. It's a little weird, but it works. The only problem is now these reservoirs run into the windshield. But windshields are cheap and easy to replace. So I think I will just trim out where it needs the clearance. And then if we go back to the other forks ever for any reason, we can just get another one. But this is so much better of a seating position for snow biking. Way better. Time to solve this problem. It was not to get rid of the logo. The logo was ironic. It's because I'm gonna mount the ignition there. And that was kind of sticking up a little bit, making it complicated. There we go. Premium. great part about switching to these forks is that this thing now just fits right in there. I mean, I'll need to make a bracket for it up top, but that's also going to be easier because there's actually 4 bolt holes up there from where the fender would have originally attached. Got some new cutters for the lathe. I've never actually bought new ones. I've just been using the ones that came with the lathe when I got it this whole time. And boy, that is premium. Look at that. That is a premium sleeve right there. Man, should have bought new bits for the lathe a long time ago. Let's see here. I got both my spacers made here. I only have one of them in here because obviously this is not a final assembly because this spindle needs to be replaced. But I've got the trio shock in here roughly. It goes to this bolt hole. I've got it in there so I can kind of measure roughly and make a bracket to mount it to the top there. And then I'll just need to make some little spacery things for the bottom. And then that'll be pretty much ready to go once we get the new spindle. Ta-da. And then you can weld it from the back side first. Makes it real easy. Just melt that all together. Oh, I did not do that right. When I made the slots, I went center and then offset both directions, and I suppose supposed to go center or in. Yeah, I didn't math right when I designed that. And there we go. That's a trio shock mount, except it's not welded yet. I cut out a second plate because I wanted that to be perfect. Now that I got the top side of the trio shock mount thing done, I needed the bottom, and it bolts in through here using this bolt that holds the spindle on. It didn't come with the little spacers that go in it, so, you know. Too much thick. There we go. It fits. Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and design up a piece to reinforce this new spindle here. We'll go from right here down across the front with like a little cutout window in the middle because, you know, it's got to match aesthetically. And yeah, we'll make it a little stronger. And I can send the CAD file over to the Timbersled guys, you know, just in case they need to beef one up for the production run of Hayabusa snowbike kits. That'll never happen. That'll work. So I just found myself thinking, it's been a little while since I've welded aluminum. I'm a little rusty. Then I realized aluminum doesn't rust. I'm a little oxidized. Strength, added. Weight, not really added. Get some paint on this thing and it'll be ready for another test drive. Snowabusa. We got the Hayabusa snow bike out here, and we managed to wrestle up a whole posse of snow bikers to come and ride with us. So if you watched the last video when we tested this in my yard, we were still using stock Hayabusa front suspension. So it is a completely different riding experience. And I'm gonna go up that hill as fast as I can.
How's it feeling?
Oh, really good. It's heavy, but it rides really smooth, honestly.
Yeah, dude, you're tearing it up out there.
The main problem I'm having is trying not to rip the 360 camera off.
Oh, yeah.
After a glorious day of snow biking in the mountains, there's nothing better than coming home and cooking up some delicious meat for dinner. Luckily, ButcherBox has us covered with this massive box of premium, delicious meats. I've really been enjoying ButcherBox for quite a while now because I always have a freezer full of meat, even though I rarely go to town. I don't have to go shopping, it just shows up at the door. It's also been inspiring me to cook more because I know I have it all there, it's ready to go, and there's not a big barrier of like, oh, I have to go to the store and get all the ingredients. I just pull some meat out of the freezer, cook up some tasty buffalo wings or some salmon, whatever I'm feeling that night. You can either have ButcherBox curate what comes in your box for you, or you can choose it yourself with a wide variety of high quality cuts and exclusive member deals. So sign up today and get a bag of gluten-free chicken nuggets in each box for a year for free. Oh. I blew up the belt on that last launch. I thought it felt a little swindly.
Oh my! That is so weird seeing out here in the mountains.
It's solid.
That looks unbelievable out here.
It's so good.
I love hearing that sound.
These are the perfect conditions for it.
It looks like it's absolutely loving it.
That was third coming up here and it was fine. So
we get to do our drag race after all over there?
Yeah.
Is that where you want to do it?
I mean, that seems like a good spot because it's wide open.
Yeah. Here, I'll follow you guys over there, and then I'll bust out the camera for the race.
Perfect. Now that was a belt. Neutral again? No, that one was definitely the belt. Yeah, you felt it? I could hear it and feel it. Okay. That was good though.
Man, that thing came flying past me like I was standing still once you got going though.
Yeah, that was still only 4th gear.
Really?
I think it might have been my jump at 4th gear at 60 miles an hour that did it.
Power on landing's always the straight belt.
Yeah, I can avoid that on the next belt so we don't have to do that again. Yeah, that bearing's gone. Dale went back down to the vehicles and picked up an extra bearing. So we got a new bearing, brand new one. We got a new sprocket because one of the balls actually came out of the bearing, went underneath the belt, and then shoved this piece of the sprocket off. Yeah, I think we're good to keep riding for a while. We'll just take it a little easier on the 4th gear pulls and not do a 4th gear pinned jump up a hill. And you know, we'll get some scenic shots, have some fun, ride around, and generally have a good time.
No way. That was the fastest thing I've ever seen.
It just sounds so fast. That was wild. Edmund had no trouble up the hill.
I know, and I got into second, and I was just ring, ding, 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 ding. And he's just like, whoa.
This thing feels so stable, the lower center of
Right? I know.
The sound of that thing jumping over your head is just the best thing. Steven's a beast! Yeah! That was premium, dude!
God, I'm done.
You ready for your chopper now?
I'm ready for a chopper.
It's like not easy, huh?
Dude, coming up that hill, I was like, I just saw the tracks that went straight up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no.
Did you try to follow our line?
Yeah.
Oh no!
I didn't know there was another way.
Did you make it?
No. Thanks to these kind gentlemen for helping me.
Beautiful day, this is awesome. 2, 3.
No, the chain's good. I think I might have actually blown a belt this time. Yeah? Not quite sure, but yeah, I came over this. I didn't realize how deep it was going to be, and I hit the bottom. This is the spot to let somebody else ride it. Turns out these belts are really good for 450, not so good for a 1400. 1300, I guess. That is just smoked. I'm sure it was really hot from me just full throttling, and then I hit that bump and it just, yeah.
Like a real street bike.
I can feel that belt just going, no! Oh, you feel the torque.
Yeah,
Just loads of torque.
so much. Like, what amazes me is that I can just ride it around in third gear all the time.
Yeah, you don't need to shift.
No, you can go down the hill in third, turn around real slow, and just roll on the throttle.
Yeah, I did. I just rolled on it just like, my legs are all strapped from being in this position.
It's kind of a weird position to ride in.
Dude, that thing is gnarly. Should have ate my Wheaties this morning.
She's definitely the easiest thing on the ears today.
Oh yeah, it sounds. I switched from that back to this, and I was like, oh.
I wouldn't stop and just
There you go, Dale. Get up in the RPMs.
got a lot of power when you get it up in the rev.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It is awkward to ride though.
The statement I'm about to make is going to be truly shocking to me. It's already shocking that I'm going to say it. It's probably going to shock everybody else. I just got a chance to ride one of these 450s with the brand new 2024 Timbersled Riot kit. Which, I mean, this is a Timbersled Aro kit, but like I can honestly say I switched back to the 450 and then I went back to the Hayabusa. I'm having way more fun on the Hayabusa. Like in every aspect, I actually, in these conditions, prefer riding the Hayabusa.
That's because you're insane, dude. You were blasting up here, and I was like, ah!
But you haven't ridden it out here. You have no idea how stable it is. Like it is so, it cuts, like you feel the little bumps on the 450s. This is so heavy, it just cuts through them.
It takes a certain kind of person.
It does, yeah.
To drive this
It does
out
take
here.
a certain kind of lunatic.
It's so crazy. You're behind it, like wide open in third, and you're just like, meow.
Yeah. But man, the new Riot 3 kits are fire. Those things, I mean, they don't go as fast up the hill as the Hayabusa because the engine powering it, but with the 3-inch paddles and everything, those things will climb anything.
And there's all the scenarios, all the terrain. The new Riot is so easy, so controllable.
Yeah, you've been riding it all day.
I've never stopped.
Yeah.
The only time I stopped was to occasionally fly the drone.
We'll probably get back to the truck and Edwin's just gonna go,
Yeah.
meow.
If any of these bikes are gonna run out of gas, it's that one right there.
I already ran out of gas.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Well, I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah, we've been going hard.
Made it. Honestly, I came into this day expecting to struggle and kind of hate the Hayabusa by the end of the day. We definitely broke a bunch of stuff, but we fixed it, and I love the Hayabusa now.
And these were all trail fixes. Nothing major went wrong.
And it was just stuff that we were overpowering by like triple what it's meant to have, and more importantly, double and a half the weight.
How many miles do you think you went? We were out there all day.
I tracked some of it.
You had hours of riding,
dude,
regardless.
Just the last section was 13 miles.
So we hit 20, 30 miles without
Probably
any
20 miles,
significant
yeah.
failures.
Solid bet. It's
So if
more
you were
stable.
going out for fun, not filming, you would still take it.
Not every day, but I would choose it some days, which is something I would not have expected. I would have
Yeah.
thought that I would never choose that.